Hello. This is a podcast about gossip, dirty laundry, chitter chatter, and backfence prittle prattle. In each episode, Joe Wilkinson, David Earl, and Poppy the postwoman invite you lot, the lovely listeners, to send in any juicy gossip you might have heard over the years. At the end of each episode, they will choose their favorite bit of gossip and help spread it around the world. So, without further ado, welcome to Gale Ord's Mothballs. No. Gut-wrenching mud fight. No. Gary Kemp's mysterious. No. Gossipmongers. Yes. Gossipmongers. Yes. Yes. That's it. Gossipmongers. Welcome. Get your gossip goggles on. Get your gossip goggles on. Gossip number 1.
This is from Anonymous. Hello, team. I have a story about my mum. First single night out.
Oh.
One night she left the local with a guy called Nobby, the local football coach. She was pissed, he was pissed. Just some mutual pissed upness. And he offered to walk her home from the pub. She politely accepted the offer. She hadn't had much action after the divorce had cleared.
Oh, God.
Is this his mum?
Oh, Jesus Christ. Don't write to us about your mum.
She invited him in for coffee. Just a friendly coffee. She went to get that said coffee and came back. And to her surprise, Nobby was stark bollock naked, spread on the sofa. My mum panicked, then took a breath and checked it out. To, in her words, see if it was worth breaking her back snapping at it.
I like his mum.
Her words. That's what she said.
Yeah. It wasn't. And she told him that.
It's not worth
All
snapping
right,
my back.
He left and that was it. Nobby lived next door. It was awkward. Thank you.
I like that.
Worth snapping her back for. Oh, God.
Can I walk you home to the house next to mine? And I'm going to take a massive punt. Take all my clothes off. What's the worst that could happen? It's not like we live next door.
My mum and Nobby. My mum and Nobby. Nothing happened between them, because Nobby had a very average-sized knob. My mum and Nobby. Average-sized knob. My mum and Nobby. My mum and Nobby. Small. Knob. Nothing happened between them, because Nobby had a very average-sized knob. My mum prefers a big knob. My mum prefers a big knob. Gossip number 2.
Okay, this is from Morgan. As a child, I had a friend named Timmy Wicks.
You lucky bugger.
As you'll no doubt agree, Timmy Wicks sounds like a name of a fucking liar. And he was. The lies of Timmy were uncounted, but they ranged from having a shark in his pond.
The Lies of Timmy Wicks, Volume 1.
It starts with that. Where's it go?
Shark in his pond.
Get out.
To him witnessing a pigeon eat a whole tree.
God. Bloody Noel Fielding, innit?
Timmy Wicks.
Timmy Wicks.
In the long hazy days of summer holidays, Timmy and I were digging a hole when a helicopter flew low over us and towards Timmy's house. The following day, he told me that it crash landed in his back garden and he was fixing it.
Sorting it out.
Timmy Wicks.
Hope it didn't land in the shark pond.
We began to make plans for where to fly in our newly gained helicopter. Oh, this poor lad.
Timmy Wicks.
As I'm sure you'll remember, the summer of '97 saw the release of Jurassic Park: The Lost World. And with all the images of us riding T-Rexes in our head, we drew a map to the island.
Yeah.
Focus, Timmy.
We had it all. The chopper, the map, the ambition. I remember sleeping that night filled with bubbling anticipation over my new dino pals and our plan to barbecue the shit ones. Yeah, you would, wouldn't you? I was sadly let down by Tim, as later that week he angered the local witch when he tried to throw his scuba extreme action man on top of a cloud and it had instead smashed her window.
What is happening?
He thought he could throw his action man onto a cloud.
Smashed an old lady's
Did
window.
he?
Oh, dear.
But instead he hit an old woman's house.
Yeah, and smashed
Timmy
it.
Wicks.
Yeah. He told me that she'd put a curse on him that made our piss a deadly corrosive acid.
God, this is a roller coaster.
No. Naturally, we put our dinosaur safari plan on hold to seek vengeance by slashing great arcs of yellow acid piss over her car. Smashed a window and then pissed on a car. Great. We had made a powerful enemy that day, and she took the thing I wanted the most.
Timmy.
Dinosaurs.
Timmy told me the following day that the witch had shrunk our helicopter to the size of a raisin, and it was lost.
What a bitch. What a bitch.
Unable to fly, we later attempted to take further revenge on the witch by blowing up her house with dynamite. A Smarties tube filled with sand. Unfortunately, at the age of 8, we lacked the means to light the fuse. From Morgan.
Oh,
He
it's
got out of
lovely.
that, he got out of
It's
that
lovely.
lie well, didn't he?
It's lovely.
He obviously told that lie was that, how the fuck am I going to get out of this? Like I say, she shrunk it.
Shrunk it to the size of a raisin as well, and it got lost.
Yeah, dude.
I like that one.
Yeah,
it's
I loved
sweet.
it. It's a good one.
Yeah.
Fucking Timmy Wicks.
Timmy Wicks.
Dear, super.
What a liar.
Lovely Timmy Wicks.
Little Timmy Wicks, and his funny little brain. Never trust a word he says. Never play his game. He'll lie to you, and spin a yarn, and bullshit all day long. So much so, his friend contacted a podcast many years later. And they chose to write a song called Timmy Wicks. Timmy Wicks. and his funny little brain. Timmy Wicks. Timmy Wicks. And his funny little brain. Timmy Wicks. Timmy Wicks. And his funny little brain. Timmy Wicks. Timmy Wicks. And his funny little brain. Gossip number 3.
This is from Anonymous. Hello, Gossipmongers. Please keep this anonymous, as I'm pretty sure it's true. And I don't want the lad to know who's alerting the general public. So, I live in a crap town in Derbyshire, which was affectionately labelled Cracktown UK by the Independent newspaper in 2005. It's so rubbish that the third most popular attraction on TripAdvisor is the hole in the wall, which is literally a hole in a wall. Anyway, back in the summer of 2010, one of our mates, let's call him Filipino Phil, decided to escape our hellhole town by working the summer season in Marbella, which he did for half the summer and then abruptly returned home without explanation. And this is where the gossip begins. In Marbella, Filipino Phil got himself a job DJing in a small but swanky bar owned by a slimy Brazilian guy. Let's call him Nigel. Nigel had a huge villa in Marbella with a massive swimming pool, always wore Armani shirts and drove a Ferrari. He's what most of us would refer to as a wanker. Nigel's wife was a drop-dead, gorgeous Russian who Filipino Phil said is the most beautiful woman he's ever seen. Despite being a millionaire, Nigel was very hands-on, working every day in the bar with his missus. As well as DJing, Filipino Phil would also help out serving drinks and mopping the floor.
What a
Cool.
Yeah, I love Marbella.
And working so closely with them each day for half the summer, Filipino Phil became very close with the couple. Anyway, one Tuesday night after a really quiet evening, Nigel closed the bar early and invited Filipino Phil back to his enormous villa. The drinks turned out to be absinthe, and after a few, Nigel turned the conversation to his Russian beauty. What do you think of the missus? Said Nigel. Yeah, she's great, says Filipino Phil. No, I mean, what do you really think of her? What do you mean? Says Filipino Phil. Do you think she's hot? Says Nigel. Of course, she's red hot. Hotter than a bloody Vindaloo, mate. You're a lucky man. Would you like to shag her? Asked Nigel. Filipino Phil hesitates. What do you mean? Simple question. Would you like to shag her? Well, it's out of the question. She's your wife. Yes, but what I'm saying is you could if you wanted to. What do you mean? You can shag my beautiful wife. On one condition.
Oh, hello.
What condition? You can shag my wife if first I can bum you. So simple. What a simple rule.
What a quandary as well.
Okay.
Should I? Shouldn't I? Should I?
Just do
Now,
it. Yeah.
a lot of people think that Filipino Phil is a bit gay, but apparently he'd never been bum before. So this was a bit of a quandary. On the one hand, he could make love to the most beautiful creature he'd ever laid eyes on. A stone cold 10 out of 10. And on the other hand, he'd have to take one up the shitter. In the end, the temptation of the Russian beauty was too hard to resist. So he agreed to let the greasy Nigel loose on his tight little body hole.
No. Jabbing away.
Oh, come on.
Oh. Anyway, rumour has it that the ordeal was so traumatising
Oh, God.
that he also shat himself whilst being bummed that Filipino Phil immediately collected up his vinyl records and got on the next plane home. I don't know if any of that's true, but my mate Desperate Dan swears it's the truth, and he never lies. The saddest part of the whole story is that he never actually got to shag the Russian beauty. Never mind. All the best.
All the best.
Fucking hell.
The sound of your voice will fill my awareness until the hour that we inhale the same breath. When strangers build lovers, and you become a passenger on my journey. Your entrance and exit, a glorious mark on my voyage. All I have to do to be with you is fuck that Nigel up the dirt box. Fuck that Nigel up the dirt box. Just get it done. Fuck him once. The sound of your voice will fill my awareness until the hour that we inhale the same breath. When strangers mimps lovers, and you become a passenger on my journey. Your entrance and exit, a glorious mark on my voyage. All I have to do to be with you is fuck that Nigel up the dirt box.
Iauan tafuchkni. Tindame by frientu pizbachk pipi. Iauan ta adisex uitmi. Tinbugirma nigel sein siles.
Fuck that Nigel up the dirt box. Just get it done. Fuck him once. Fuck that Nigel fell up the dirt box. Just the once. Gossip number 4.
That's from Phil. Hello, Poppy, David and Joe. Thanks for the podcast. When I was 37, I went to toilet. Basically, just the once. Basically, I did a poo. Nothing extraordinary there.
That nearly made
Just
me choke
your
on my
run-of-the-mill dump. I wiped my bum and then flushed the poo and toilet roll away. Easy peasy. Done it loads of times. About 5 minutes later, I left the house, walked to my car with my cricket bag slung over my shoulder, threw my bag in the boot, got in the car and drove about 9 miles to the cricket club. Fucking detail. Once there, I got out the car, got my kit out of the boot and walked to the pavilion, saying, hello, hi, how are you doing, to all my teammates and their wives and families who'd come to watch the match. I walked straight into the change room on my own and threw my kit on the floor. As I sat down, I got changed. I noticed a long trail of toilet roll by the side of me, snaking out into the middle of the floor, covered in streaks of flesh and damp feces.
Flesh?
Oh, sorry, fresh. Sorry.
Flesh?
Yeah, his arsehole had collapsed. Sorry.
Oh, God.
Covered in streaks of fresh, damp feces.
Streaks of flesh.
Wish it was flesh. Confused by what I was looking at, my eyes worked their way up the dirty toilet roll to find out exactly where it's coming from. Naturally, it was coming from my arsehole. Natch. I had somehow managed to do a shit of my own, wipe my anus, leave the house, drive 9 miles to cricket, walk past all my teammates and their wives and families, whilst having a 4-foot length of used toilet roll sticking out of my connected anus. It was like a dirty animal's tail. And as I say, I was 37.
Oh,
dear.
I really like that one. I love how that started. What did you say? Went to toilet.
I'm 37. I'm 30.
Went to toilet.
When I was 37, I went to the toilet.
Play it cool, play it cool. Play it cool. You've got toilet roll hanging out of your ass. Play it cool, play it cool. Play it cool. If you don't say a thing, then no one will ask.
Just keep walking. Just keep walking. Hold your head up high. Just keep talking. Just keep talking. Stick that chest out with pride.
Play it cool, play it cool. Play it cool. You've got toilet roll hanging out of your ass. Play it cool, play it cool. Play it cool. If you don't say a thing, then no one will ask. Gossip number 5.
Anonymous. Now, this piece of gossip is 100% true and accurate, as I was lucky enough to witness what happened. A teacher had joined my secondary school. I say teacher, but he was pretty much one of those people who walked around at lunchtime being the real teacher's bitch boy, but still had the power to be a dickhead, something in which he seemed to thrive upon. The pupils at my school referred to the said teacher as Bombhead, a name given to somebody who consumes a lot of MDMA, as this is what he called himself on social media,
Oh, God.
and something in which, if you shouted at him, would land you with an hour's detention. This, however, is not the gossip, but background. What we found online was much, much worse. The event happened at 4:30 after school, when word had gotten round that Bombhead was on a porn video. Rumours like these normally get thrown around school about teachers, but always seem to be rumours, so I didn't think much of it. Word quickly got about that this was indeed Bombhead, and not only just a porn video, but a live one. The way this particular website works is that people make porn videos, but the viewers must pay to watch them live. In order to gain viewers, the performers must make a 10-minute live preview as to why you should pay for this video and not others. I'd gone on the link, and there in all his glory is Bombhead, spread out on a bed, bollock naked, holding his erect penis. He wasn't just performing, he was talking in order to get paid viewers. This peaked when, as a teacher, he said live to an audience made up of 1,200 pupils from school.
Oh, my God.
If you watched my last video, You'll remember I came in my own mouth. You'll recall.
I don't remember that.
I caught it. He then said, I can see we have a lot of viewers tonight, which added to the humour, as they were all pupils. It's horrible.
Fucking amazing. I can see. I'm very popular.
He's getting really
I bet
confident.
you're not a load of 14-year-olds from
God.
high school.
Now, as I mentioned, Bombhead was the dickhead of all dickheads. Now, if he was all right like the rest of the teachers, maybe it would have been kept quiet, but not for Bombhead. He was grasped up to the headmaster by a pupil, and not just your usual grasp, but a sort of Jack the Lad that Bombhead had hated. It then turned out that Bombhead was on a work placement to become a primary school teacher. And this was the last day before he completed it.
So close. Shit.
What an error. Terrible error to make.
Just wait a week.
He was asked to leave the premises immediately, and his dream job of becoming a teacher had been shattered.
Hooray!
Oh, God.
Someone's life is ruined.
love
We're
that.
laughing at it.
His life has probably spiraled.
God.
I love the thought of a crowd watching him.
Oh,
like he all
that's
thinks.
the best bit. Ooh, I see a lot of people are watching.
So popular.
Getting more and more adventurous.
Yeah. Oh, someone wants to see me flick my own cum in my mouth.
God, that's horrible.
God.
That's good as well. I remember last week. I came in my own mouth. See you Monday, boys.
His name was Bombhead. And he got his dick out online. During the day he was teacher. At night he'd show you a good time. Bombhead, Bombhead, spunk your cum in your little mouth. Bombhead, Bombhead, spunk your cum in your little tongue. Yes. We were watching. As you're wanking, we're all watching. As you're wanking. Head. As you're wanking, we're all watching. Head. As you're wanking, we're all watching. We're all watching. We're all watching. We're all watching. Gossip number 6.
This is from Wayne.
No way.
Hi, Joe, David, and Poppy. In 2000, it was 2014, and I was contracted to build an extension on a large house in Reading. I had all the tradesmen lined up except the bricklayers, so I put out some feelers and found these two old local brickies, Bob the Drink and Mickey the Tits. They were friendly and a bit too chatty for my liking, but they laid a nice brick. After about a week, they had half the cavity walling up when I joined them on the scaffolding for an update on progress. We were a day behind schedule, so I thought I'd jump on the trowel and give them a hand for a bit. We got chatting about some of the previous sites they'd worked on when they told me the strangest story a brickie has ever told me about someone called Billy the Nosh. During the recession of the early 90s, there wasn't much building work going on, so wages for builders were low. Bob and Mick had managed to blag a few weeks' work on a site near Newbury. After a week or so on site, they noticed that every now and again, one or two of the brickies would frequently disappear for 5 minutes. At first, they assumed they were off for a piss, but it became so frequent that every bloke on site would have to have a dicky bladder or something. So next time one of them came back, Mick says to him, "What's the crack then? Where's everyone disappearing to?" This one brickie says, "Pop up the tea hut and find out for yourself."
All right, I'm in.
So Mick decides to investigate and has a walk up there. On the way, he sees the site manager walking towards him. As they pass, he gives Mick a wink. Mick is keen to get to the bottom of this, so he goes up the steps and into the tea hut. As he steps inside, the light's off, and in the dark corner he sees one of the site labourers sitting in the corner wearing a little black dress.
Oh, a little black dress,
Yeah.
like evening wear.
Before Mickey the Tits has time to ask what's going on, the labourer, a soft-skinned, pale lad, says, "Put your tenner in my lunchbox and choose your wig."
Oh my God.
Fuck me, what an opener.
On the wall is hanging 3 ladies' wigs, blonde, brunette and redhead. Mick is still flummoxed as to how this is going to pan out. So he chooses the blonde.
I like he just goes
does.
for it.
He doesn't leave.
Don't have to, mate.
No. Do you go, "Oh, this isn't for me"? I'm married
The
with 3
labourer
kids.
dons the wig and kneels down in front of Mick and starts undoing his belt.
What? Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
where do you think he was going?
well, I don't know.
Well, have
Mix.
dance lessons.
Mick's about to clip him round the ear when the labourer looks up and Mick realised he looks absolutely fucking gorgeous in the wig. Just like Charlene from Neighbours.
She was fit, actually.
Exactly like that.
Except it's a young fella.
In a tea hut.
A tea hut in Newbury. Do you know what? You're gorgeous. Fucking hell. Thought he was skint as well. Fucking tea hut in Newbury. How romantic. Jesus God. How did you two meet?
I don't know why this is happening. Why is the Labour doing this?
Because money's tight, I guess.
Oh, yeah, it's a recession.
Yeah.
Early
They
90s.
all did some crazy stuff 5 years ago.
It's fair, dude. Oh, God. It turns out that Billy the Labourer, or Billy the Nosh, as he became known, was badly paid on a work-to-rule contract. So he had to make
Zero-hour
his wages
contract.
up by sucking off old bricklayers. No, he didn't.
That's the only way you can make money.
Work in a pub.
Oh,
anything.
God. Go back to college.
I feel like Billy's taking the shortcut.
Oh, God. Mickey the Tits. Apparently, by the end of the build, Billy was turning up to work in a brand new Toyota Corolla.
It made 17 grand. Everyone else lost their house.
Oh, God. In case you're wondering, Mickey the Tits was called that because he had a medical condition that enlarged his breast tissue. So he had massive man boobs.
Don't give a shit about tits. Mickey the tits.
God. Weird.
Oh, God. Right.
Weird.
Listen.
hut. In the tea hut. Get noshed off. Get noshed off. In the tea hut. In the tea hut. Get noshed off. Get noshed off. In the tea hut. In the tea hut. Get noshed off. Get noshed off. In the tea hut. In the tea hut. Get noshed off. Get noshed off. In the tea hut. In the tea hut. Get noshed off. Get noshed off. In the tea hut. In the tea hut. Get noshed off. Get noshed off. In the tea hut. In the tea hut. Get noshed off. Get noshed off. In the tea hut. In the tea hut. Get noshed off. Stick that pretty little wig on, mate. Now undo that belt. Let go. Give in. Let's do this. Stick that pretty little wig on, mate. Now undo that belt. Let go. Give in. Let's do this. In the tea hut. In the tea hut. Get noshed off. Get noshed off. In the tea hut. In the tea hut. Get noshed off. Get noshed off. In the tea hut. In the tea hut. Get noshed off. Get noshed off. In the tea hut. In the tea hut. Get noshed off. Get noshed off. Gossip number 7. Celebrity. Sean Walsh.
Hello, all. If that's how you begin these things. The gossip that I heard, it was actually told to me firsthand. My friend at secondary school, Danny, told us that he was once walking down the street and he was singing a song out loud, as you do, from The Lion King. Now, I can't remember which song from The Lion King, Hakuna Matata or the other ones, whatever. And a producer was walking past Danny at the time and heard Danny sing this song and thought Danny was so good that he offered Danny a role in the next Disney movie. Now, I don't know what time what period this would have been, so I don't know if that might have been Pocahontas or I don't even know, Hercules, I'm not sure, but there you go.
If you have any juicy unsubstantiated gossip you would like to send in to us, then please, absolutely do it. You must. At once. Email us at gossipmongers@yahoo.com. All names will be changed to protect the innocent. We look forward to reading. Thank you very much. Now then, more gossip. Gossip number 8.
Hi, Poppy, Joe and David. This is a story I heard from my friend in an undisclosed northern location. A couple were having an argument over a subject unknown, and the gentleman decided to storm out of his girlfriend's house to go to the pub. I know what you're thinking. This seems like shit gossip, but hold on. Said gentleman spent a few hours in the pub drinking with friends, and I imagine having a good old-fashioned blokey rant. The pub closes, and he decides to get a kebab, and outside said kebab shop bumps into a rather large and greedy seagull. That's it.
I was literally going, I'm done, I'm out. I'm fucking can't be bothered with it.
In a moment of enlightenment, said gentleman decides to ditch his kebab and make a grab for the said seagull, holding it captive under his coat.
Why?
He then walks the 10 minutes back to his girlfriend's
I know what
house,
he's going to do.
where he proceeds to knock on her door until she answers, half asleep, in her grotty pyjamas. Like any true gentleman, at this point, he chooses to throw the terrified and aggressive seagull at his beloved and make a run for it. The story ends with her hiding under the stairs and a police call out. I like to think she didn't press charges. The RSPB got involved. Doubt that'll make it in, but I hope it made you laugh. It did make it. Well, I think it did make it in.
Yeah, you
I
scraped
liked
it.
Yeah.
Had a Barney with the missus. Went to the pub to blow steam off. Found a seagull on the pavement. Shoved it under your coat. Went home with the seagull. You're pissed up head all over the place. Not sure what to do. So you chucked the seagull into her face. Throw a seagull. Throw a seagull. Throw a seagull. Throw a seagull. At your missus' face. At your missus' face. Throw a seagull. Throw a seagull. Throw a seagull. Throw a seagull. At your missus' face. At your missus' face. Joe, Poppy and David will now choose their favorite rumour.
Right, so the best five are, for us to choose the best one for Poppy to spread out, is bummed for a Russian beauty.
Oh, fuck. I remember that one. God.
Oh, throwing a seagull in your ex's hallway.
Yes, yeah.
Bombhead.
Bombhead.
yeah.
Fucking hell.
3 wigs, Nosh.
Billy
and
the Nosh.
I'm 37.
God, I really don't know. Actually.
Okay, I like these ones.
I
Yeah.
think I'm between 2 personally.
Okay, yeah, I've got mine.
got
now.
yours?
Yeah.
David?
Yeah.
Okay, so after 3, shout
Yeah.
out your favourite. 1, 2, 3.
Bombhead.
Bummed for a
Nosh.
Russian beauty. What?
I thought
Billy
we
the
were
Nosh.
Bombhead.
Oh, God, they 3 different ones.
Yeah.
What the fuck do we do?
I think we choose our second favourite.
Well,
Oh.
my second favourite was 3 wigs, which was...
Yeah.
What I chose.
Yeah. I'd say that was mine as
So
well.
there you go.
Yeah.
So-
okay,
Billy the Nosh.
Billy the
3
Nosh.
3 wigs.
Pick,
Okay.
pick a wig. Right, open the window, Poppy.
Okay.
Good, healthy.
Is she falling asleep?
I think so. You climbing out the window? Sunbathing out on the.
Here we go, Billy the
paddock.
Nosh.
Big Billy the Nosh.
It was a builder's. He found some great bricklayers.
Forgot about that weird bit of detail.
One of the guys goes upstairs. Oh no, it doesn't cost a lot. No, you
What
don't get
doesn't
paid
cost a lot?
Yeah.
Sentences.
Let's
are an
get
issue.
to that tea hut, yeah?
Yeah, let's get the 3 wigs on the little pretty boy.
Okay. They're in a tea hut. One of them goes to the tea hut. He walks in. No, I know. Okay, you don't get paid a lot for bricklaying.
They do all right.
One of them, someone walks into a tea hut. There's a guy in there. There's 3 wigs on the wall. Blonde, brunette, redhead. He says, "Pick a wig." Guy puts a wig on. The guy gets on his hands and knees, gives him a blowjob.
How much for?
50p.
Fucking hell.
It's a tenner, wasn't it?
How do you end up with a
50p?
Toyota Corolla?
50p. 50p.
50p.
50p for a Nosh.
Yeah,
That's it.
let's say it's 50p.
50p for a Nosh.
It was £10
Yeah.
as everyone remembers.
See you later, guys.
Oh.
That's short. Couldn't be asked for that one, could you? You in a rush?
Was there any more?
No.
You off to a party?
Okay, bye.
Bye.
Oh.
Oh,
Sorry,
that was fun, wasn't it?
I let us all down with my window.
Yeah, come on, no,
did,
you did. You did, you did a bit. No, shush. Hey, come on, you should be ashamed of
I
yourself.
know,
It's
I
fine.
am. I'm ashamed.
Well, thank you very much for sending in your... I'm being really professional.
Yeah, why
Thank you
are
very
you?
much for sending in your rumours.
You've been great
Without
audience.
you, we're nothing.
Yeah,
Genuinely.
yeah.
Well,
Well, it was fun, wasn't it?
yeah, that
It
was
was
fun.
fun.
What are you doing?
Yeah.
What are you doing now?
I'll get my trousers off.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I might take mine off as well. Joe?
I'm going to take my trousers off at about 10.
Yeah. Okay. Okay.
All right. See you later.
Bye,
Get your
everyone.
See you
trousers
later.
on.
Bye. Bye.
Thank you for listening to this podcast. Remember, if you know of any unsubstantiated rumors, send it in to gossipmongers@yahoo.com. Until the next time, keep your little ears open for all that juicy goss. Goodbye. Bye bye. Bye.